Okay, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about toxic masculinity, and in particular talking about the Gillette ad that people are talking about at the moment, and to give my own reflection about it. So enjoy. So today I have received a few messages from different people saying, have you seen this? And they've posted messages about this Gillette ad, which is getting a lot of press at the moment. And for those of you who've not watched it, it is essentially Gillette, which is the razor company, has always had the tagline, the best the man can get. And in this advert, it is more challenging the behaviors of men. And some people call it toxic masculinity. And it seems to have split people. Some people think it's really good, and some people think it's calling men evil. So I'm just going to share my own take on this today and about toxic masculinity. So for me, first of all, the advert in itself, I feel, looking at the advert, I feel it is a positive message, personally. I feel that as men, myself, I can only talk from my own perspective. As a man, I was toxic, and I didn't show my emotions, came from a military background, alcoholic father, and myself, I was shut down. Corporate, just get on and do, and I don't care who I walk upon. And then I went through a period where I had a breakdown, and I started to learn to connect with my emotions, and it was painful. And yet I found it a really healing journey. And what I see in the advert is essentially it just saying, challenge our behaviors and I'm thinking, there's a guy who speaks on there and he says men need to hold other men accountable. And I am part of a men's organisation called the Mankind Project, where essentially we do that. We sit in circle and we hold each other accountable for our actions. So on that level, I feel the advert is positive. It's saying essentially that we need as men to start, holding each other accountable. When we see someone bullying, or we see someone not being nice towards women or other men, then we speak. And I agree with that. I guess what I don't agree with is that the advert is coming from a business, and the idea behind it is to make sales. It is to get the interest of people, and therefore it's not necessarily coming from a heart-based perspective. It's coming from a perspective of making money, and therefore the ethics behind that, having studied business, been in that world, I know that their interest is to make money there. So, that being said, I feel that it's really important that we start to ask these questions. And if it becomes more mainstream, then I think it's a good thing. On the other side, I see that a lot of men and some women are saying that, certainly what I'm hearing from men is this advert saying that men are evil. I wouldn't say that. And what I feel is that it's saying we need to look at our behaviors. And if it brings up stuff for me, then I'll have to look within myself. Why? Why do I feel anger around this? What's that within myself? And actually towards the end of the advert, where it's talking about boys, about how we are with boys, and that they're learning from us, I feel that's a very powerful message for me, and that touched me. It was like, I see as men, in the work that I do in the voluntary sector with scouts, is we have to be the example, be the change that we want to see in the world. And if we see, if I see bullying, then I will speak about it. If I see something that I don't like, that I feel is inappropriate, then I will speak about it. And I won't necessarily get a good response, but I still speak from my heart. I speak where I'm at. And so that's really what I want to share, and this thing about toxic masculinity. That for me, toxic masculinity is not showing our emotions, trying to kind of bully others, try to belittle others, to not look at our own internal stuff and dump our stuff onto others. And I think this advert challenges that, and that's going to bring stuff up, that's going to annoy people, and that's okay. So okay, let's have this discussion. And it's interesting, looking at the comments, it seems that a lot of men don't like this advert. Most of the women go, yeah, that's really good actually. It's good that it's starting to come into consciousness, the collective consciousness. So yeah, just a few reflections about it. So hopefully that helps, just to hear a different perspective. So I think it's good that we start to become more heart-centered, and it doesn't mean we necessarily become softer as men. I see that if you look at the mature male archetypes, the king, warrior, magician, lover, there's that strength and that power. But as I explain in some of my other videos, in martial arts, the softer you are, in Aikido, in Jiu-Jitsu, the softer you are, then the stronger you are. Whereas we have this belief as men that we have to be tough, we have to be big, and we have to be strong. Whereas martial arts world, it's like, no, that's not the case. You can use your softness, and that's actually stronger. So, yeah, that's my reflection. So please do comment below, and thank you very much for watching. Many blessings.